Oh, so you've transformed Rodimus Prime back to
robot mode, yeah.
His Roddy self.
It's very easy.
It is quite easy, isn't it? I don't know what took Ross quite so long.
No, it took him hours.
It did. It's taken bloody hours. You're useless, Ross. You're not going to be listening to this anyway, are you?
He never does.
Even when he's on the podcast. Why would you not listen to a podcast that you're on? God dear. Makes no sense. Anyway, this is a SNEWS Button show. This is a pop culture, movie, TV, game type news show.
Yeah, where we talk about stuff and all that you've just mentioned.
Stuff and nonsense.
Yeah.
We better do some of that. Let's crack on.
Do-do-do-do-do.
But hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SNEW with the Crew with Mr. Adam Gattrell, Mr. Chris Quinton. Oh, that's me. Hello, and a guitar and Rodimus Prime, the Transformer. The last two presenters are going to be a bit quiet. I think me and Adam will be doing most of the talking.
Hopefully.
What? They'll be quiet.
Well, no, that we'll be doing some talking.
Freak out if they're not. Yes, so we don't have any listener questions or emails or anything this week, so we can just jump straight into the show, I think.
Yeah.
If you would like to write in or anything at any point, please feel free to. snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. Facebook us, find us on Twitter, all of the usual stuff. Thank you very much. Oh, and leave us some reviews and things on iTunes if you would. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even if you don't listen to the show on our YouTube channel, it will help us get a custom URL if we get 100 subscribers. We've got about 60 to go. Anyway, Adam, would you like to know what happened at the box office this week?
Go on then. I'm curious.
Okay.
About this.
Yeah, bloody bi-curious. Anyway, let's start with this. So John Travolta had a new movie out this weekend. He's the executive producer, so I imagine that he's at least partially funded it.
So it's funded by Scientology?
Yes, basically. It's called Gotti.
Right,
It's about a gangster. It's based on the real events. It's based on the life of this guy. And I don't know what the budget is, but it's pretty low. I'm going to take a punt and say somewhere around 20 million, something like that.
Okay.
Looking fairly simple, not really a massive cast. It flopped massively this weekend and took 1.6 million at the box office.
Wow.
Way.
The last time he did his own film was Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, isn't that based on a Scientologist's novel or something?
Yeah, one of the main guy's books or something. I don't know.
Crazy, crazy world we live in. Anyway, yeah, so that happened. The Incredibles 2 is at number 1, though.
Amazing. That's not out over here yet, is it? We've got to wait until July.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's annoying because I really want to see it.
Well, it took 180 million in its first weekend domestically. That's very good.
Wow, that's very good.
Very, very good indeed. And that's actually a higher take than Captain America's Civil War.
Wow.
Interestingly enough.
Well, the first Incredibles was actually incredible, unlike the Amazing Spider-Man, which was meh rather than
true.
amazing. So,
true. If you want to know the rest of the top 10, it's Ocean's 8, and then a film called Tag.
Oh, actually, that looks really good.
Yeah, I've seen a trailer for that, thinking about it.
It's a silly comedy, but I like the look of it.
Yeah. And then there's this weird film called Solo, a Star Wars story. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Deadpool 2, Hereditary, Superfly, Avengers Infinity War is still there at number 8. Adrift, Book Club, Wrinkle in Time,
Still making
Gotti.
money.
Yes.
Infinity War still making money. It's crazy.
Infinity War has just passed the 2 billion mark.
Wow.
Which actually puts it at number 4 in the worldwide top 10, in the all-time top 10, sorry.
Imagine how many people without food or homes could be sorted out for all the money these films make.
The world, don't make another Avengers movie. Feed the world. It's not going to happen, is it?
No, if Disney just took a year off from making films, obviously they wouldn't. But it's like saying if Coca-Cola took a year off from advertising, they could solve a lot of the world's problems with the money they spend on advertising.
Yeah,
they can still make their films, but just don't spend the money out. You don't need to. Everyone's going to go and see them.
Very true.
Make a trailer, do some toys, that's it.
The toys as well will make an absolute shitload of money from both of these franchises, actually, Incredibles and Infinity War.
Yeah.
So, yes, which I'm quite looking forward to some Incredibles toys, actually.
The Lego sets look amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So apparently, with Incredibles 2, watch it in 3D and don't look at the voice cast.
Right, I can't watch 3D films, so I'm out on that one, unfortunately. No, visually speaking, my eyes don't work for it. So.
It's supposed to be very good in 3D. But yes, for you out there that don't have weird eyes, go and watch it in 3D. Apparently, it's really, really good.
Cool.
Does it a lot of favours, apparently. Oh, there's something I missed from my notes. Look, that Gotti film, it's got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
So, yeah, don't go and watch that. And there we go. Avengers Infinity War is still 35th, adjusting for inflation, all time.
That's pretty amazing.
It's quite weird.
Yeah.
And for anyone that's interested, Warner Brothers, who are making the Akira live-action movie, they've hired the art director from Infinity War.
Rad.
Oh, yeah, and just for you, Adam, your favourite movie, the one that's right at the top there, Avatar, is at number 1 in the all-time top 10, isn't it?
Yeah, my utter favourite. You can tell by the lack of sarcasm in my voice.
Episodes 2 and 3 are filming. One of the actors has actually wrapped their filming.
Right.
You're enamoured by that, aren't you?
Yeah, that's got me a little
Adam's
bit
inside.
hard.
There's a little man going, yay, inside Adam's brain.
Yeah.
No, there's not. Anyway, right.
It's a little man screaming in a cage.
There is. Let's do some comic book stuff. That'll cheer you up.
Yay.
Miserable bastard. Fox are going to be meeting to discuss Comcast's bid
Oh, okay.
from Disney, or for Disney. No,
Against Disney.
against Disney.
Yeah. Not for them.
This week.
Okay, so they're still... I thought Comcast weren't allowed because of the amount of control they have of media already.
That doesn't seem to be the case. They seem to think there's still a deal on the table. And
I suppose if they don't get the news department, because Comcast own a lot of the other news channels in America, if they don't get the news part of Fox and just get the entertainment, then it's okay, I suppose.
in honesty, that's kind of up to them to sort out. I just want my X-Men, you know?
Yeah. Well, I just want Fantastic Four back in the MCU.
Exactly. And, Comcast, their shareholders have been urging Disney to reject the Fox deal, and they've offered them $65 billion as an all-cash offer this week. $65 billion.
So Comcast are going to pay Disney $65 billion to say no, so they can then spend more money.
No, they're offering that for Fox.
Oh, right, okay.
To purchase Fox. So interestingly as well, Disney, a massive percentage of their offer to buy Fox is in stocks and shares, whereas this is a cash deal.
Is Comcast the company that's partly owned by Rupert Murdoch?
What's the tie there? You're right. Yeah. Rupert Murdoch owns Fox.
Right, okay. Well, there's something going away from him. That's good.
Yes. So it's him that's trying to sell it. Yeah.
Though it does put money in his pocket, so...
Yeah, which
maybe
is never
he
a good
should
thing.
just be locked away and the company given to someone else.
Like a homeless person.
Yeah, to just run it how they see fit.
Some kid that lives in a little shanty town in India. That'll do it.
I bet they'd make better decisions that would be more entertaining.
Well... yeah, I can only imagine.
The X-Men films might work.
They'd all end up with like elephant heads and stuff and
Yeah, why not?
4 arms. They'd be blue.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of all of them anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, right,
Ganesh Crawler.
Ganesh Crawler, yeah. Vishnaveen. That'd be quite cool. 4 arms with claws.
Yeah.
Be all right. Right, apparently, though, Kevin Feige is sitting by the phone waiting to hear when he can start using X-Men characters. But it might not ever happen. What this does mean is that the deal, no matter what, if it does go through, even if it does end up in the fans' favour, and in Disney's favour, it's going to be like the end of next year.
Right.
Before it goes through. At the moment, if it weren't for Comcast putting another bid in, we could have expected it to happen like end of July. But yeah.
Well, yeah, it's business for you though, isn't it? It's not as simple and straightforward as a lot of people seem to think it is.
Exactly. James Gunn.
He's talked about stepping down though, hasn't he, Kevin Feige, recently in public?
Yeah, well, I can understand that, to be honest.
Well, he's done a decade.
Yeah, and it's a milestone. This film, this last film coming up.
It's the first time any company's made 10 films that are directly linked to each other in more than just like little nods,
right?
That tell a whole story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a massive accomplishment.
James Bond films, they've been going on for 20 whatever films, but they're not directly linked. You know, some of them are just different cases with a different Bond.
There'll be Japanese ones, won't there? There'll be anime, I imagine.
Yeah.
Godzilla. They're direct sequels. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows what's going on in those crazy movies?
I think they're more like James Bond again, because sometimes it's a totally different Godzilla. and they're not connected.
No,
so
you're
yeah.
right. No.
I think he's got the right idea to kind of go. I'm done. I've done something amazing. I've enjoyed it. I
hit that marker. Avengers 4.
Pass it on to someone else.
See you later, guys.
Carry on doing it.
Maybe give it to James Gunn, although he's talking about handing in his notice as well, isn't he? And it's going to be the last iteration of the current Guardians cast.
Yeah.
Guardians 3.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
You've got to change it up eventually.
Ms. Marvel, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to start filming that one next year, apparently.
Good. I really, really like the character. We just got the comics in at work, and I handed them to a gentleman. And he was quite excited.
Turnaround for the mantle, though, isn't it? So you just start with Captain Marvel. She'll get it from Marvel. She'll become Captain Marvel, and then she'll hand the mantle over to Miss Marvel.
No,
they're
totally separate characters in the comics at the moment,
and they just use the same name.
She's a massive fan of Captain Marvel,
right?
Who in the comics used to be Ms. Marvel. So I think in the cinematic universe, she'll just be a fan of Captain Marvel after Avengers happens and whatever Captain Marvel does.
Right.
And then she'll call herself Ms. Marvel because she obviously can't call herself Captain Marvel. And I think they'll take a slightly different direction on it and make it that she's just a fan who's got powers.
Okay, I can kind of see that. I still think it's going to drive some people bonkers. Or at least they'll complain about it on the run-up.
Oh, yeah, of course people will. But people are dickheads. Once they see it, and if they do a good job, everyone will be like, oh, that's amazing. And then they'll say totally the opposite of what they said beforehand.
Speaking of dickheads, DC. Should we talk about some DC movies?
Yeah, go on.
There's so much of it this week, and it's just weird, crazy, bonkers stuff. Right.
Get out your SNEW with a Crew bingo card.
Ugh. Darren Aronofsky. Do we like Darren Aronofsky?
Sometimes.
I really like him. I think he's done
a lot of his
work.
stuff. Yeah.
Have you seen Mother yet?
No, I haven't seen Mother.
Watch it, honestly, please. Oh, I'd love to hear some more opinions on it. But apparently he had a year one Batman movie planned around the year 2000.
Oh.
Which he reckons would have been grittier than Christopher Nolan's. And I think that's a bit of an obvious statement because he's quite a gritty filmmaker.
Well, yeah.
I think I'd really like to see that. I'd still love to see an Aronofsky movie.
And going back and watching Chris Nolan's Batman films, they're not as gritty as I think they came across when they first came out. Like, there's been a lot of other superhero films since then that have been far grittier. So I think it kind of...
Yeah, but they were the first ones to kind of...
Go that adult, more adult... Yeah, although Batman and Batman Returns were gritty, they were still tongue-in-cheek serious, weren't they? They still had a kind of almost 60s-esque edge to them.
Yeah. They were quite camp.
Yeah.
In places, yeah.
Go on then, DC. What else is going on? Darren Aronofsky had his year one Batman.
So, other Batman news.
Oh.
James Mangold's Batman. It's going to start filming next year.
Right. Which one was this? Is this the one that Ben Affleck dropped out of and the director and writers got changed? Or is this a separate one?
I think he wrote the script for it. Oh, yeah, you're right. He dropped out of directing it.
Yeah.
But still handed in a script. And then his script was thrown out.
Right.
And now he's not going to be starring in the film.
Right.
Because it's going to be focusing on a young Batman.
Right, okay.
And it's the director of Planet of the Apes.
What, the recent one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Not the one from the 60s.
Yeah.
No.
Or the Tim Burton one.
No, that would be Tim Burton.
Yeah.
But
we don't want a Batman Tim Burton again.
No, we do not. Thank you very much.
Modern Tim Burton does not work.
No, although he's in the news again later.
I know.
But yes. But yeah, no Batfleck. So young Batman.
Okay.
I quite like that, I think.
Yeah. It's a different direction to go. I'm up for it.
As long as it's not Gotham.
Oh, God, no.
Who cares? So that's happening. Flashpoint is going to take inspiration from Back to the Future, apparently.
Right, okay.
I can't tell you whether or not I think that's good. I just... What do they mean? What do they mean?
Well,
nostalgia-wise? Are they...
That's a very, open statement, really.
It is.
It's about time travel, so does that mean they're just going to go, oh, well, this film's got time travel, that's the end of the connection? Or do they mean that they're going to have a hoverboard in it?
Are they going to have, a Doc Brown character that helps him get back because he doesn't know how he got there? He doesn't know how he triggered the Speed Force? Something like that.
Yeah.
Will it be another speedster from the past?
Will he go to 1955 a couple of times? Would he go to the same point of his mother's death 4 times? I don't know. That's a very open statement from them.
Will she fall in love with him?
Will she try and get off with him?
Calvin Klein? I don't know.
No idea.
Who knows? But yeah, we've got that to look forward to. The Joker movies.
Right.
So a couple of weeks ago, we had the announcement that
Jared
Leto was making his own.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And then Joaquin Phoenix was like, I don't really know what's going on. I've not been told anything. I don't even know if I'm making a Joker movie anymore, because we all assumed that these films were one and the same. However, they're not.
Well, there was talk of a one with people wanting one with I was going to say Justin Bieber. That's not the right guy. Not Jason Donovan. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was struggling to get to his name there.
Yeah, I can see the route up to that. That could happen though, because apparently the DC universe is going to feature like 3 Jokers, all at very similar times. Like all three lots of movies happening with different actors playing the Joker. It's a bit bonkers.
Yeah, just do one that's separate from all the other DC films about the Joker if you really feel the urge, and then wait a while. I don't know why they're trying to do 3.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Do something else. Pick some other DC characters. There's Lobo, for fuck's sake. They've got their own Deadpool, and they've not even touched on it.
Yeah, they have been saying that he will be getting a film. And who's it they got? I can't remember who they said they were going to get to play.
Get rid of Jason Momoa as fucking Aquaman and have him as Lobo.
Although I quite like that fit. I quite like Aquaman. I quite like Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
No one likes Aquaman.
Oh, nobody really likes the character.
No.
It depends what they do in the movie.
Yeah.
More about that in a minute. But yeah, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to start filming in September of this year with a $55 million budget, with The Hangover's director Todd Phillips.
Right, okay. And then we got... That doesn't sound great.
No.
And then we've got a possible one with Leonardo DiCaprio, and then...
well, yeah, that was just... I think that was just brain fuzz.
Well, he made comment on it.
Did he?
Yeah, a while back, and said he was up for it. So if he says he's up for it, it's a possibility. And then we've got the weird one with Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah.
I don't know.
Jared Leto one will be a direct sequel to
Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
or prequel.
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Or at least connected in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 Jokers in the MCU, ladies and gentlemen. Not the MCU, the DCEU.
Yeah. Mental indeed.
Wonder Woman 1984.
Is that what they're calling it, or is that just the working title?
This is just the working title.
Cool.
Chris Pine is in it, and it's rumoured that he is actually Steve Trevor.
Same character as...
The one that died at the end of the... spoiler alert. The one that died at the end of the last movie.
Did he die?
Yeah, he was in the plane, wasn't he? And anyway, this is decades later.
Yeah, but did he actually die?
Doesn't matter, this is the same character.
Yeah, but surely he could be old. They could age him.
No, he's not aged. We've got photographs of him on set.
Whoa. I just don't care anymore. Even that's not sounding like I'm going to enjoy it now. I enjoyed the first Wonder Woman, apart from the end act.
Yeah.
The last act ruined it, but yeah. Oh well.
Pedro Pascal's going to be in it. Christian Wiig. Those are quite positive things. I quite like both of those actors.
There's a lot of positiveness around it. That whole Chris Pine's character. If they haven't aged him, then it's just going to be weird.
There's a rumour that Pedro Pascal could actually be a god in disguise.
Oh, okay. Disguises as him. Yeah.
It could be the same thing with Chris Pine, I suppose.
Yeah. It looks like him throughout most of the film, and then that is the main bad guy.
Somebody trying to influence like Wonder Woman, get under her skin. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
We will. Aquaman. You spoke about Aquaman a minute ago.
God.
You love Aquaman.
Yeah.
The trailer's going to arrive at Comic-Con this year.
Right.
I think that's quite a smart move, actually, because there's no Star Wars and no Marvel, right?
No.
So,
well, they may drop the Captain Marvel trailer at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
they'll probably do it the day after they release the Aquaman trailer as well, just to piss on their fire.
But it won't be a Hall H presentation, will it?
No.
So DC have basically got that to themselves this time.
Yeah, but I imagine that.
Look at all this lovely stuff.
I imagine that hall's going to be quite empty.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens. I keep saying that with DC stuff because I don't want to get too excited, and I don't want to keep bashing them because I just want it to work.
Just please make a good film.
Yeah.
Outside of all this, though, there's still hope because there are 25 superhero movies outside of the MCU and the DCEU in development.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we got 4 other universes happening.
Projects. I said movies, but projects in general. Some of those are TV shows, but...
You got the Valiant comic company's universe being made. You got the Millar universe and Watchmen TV show. Exactly. Yeah, there's so much.
Crazy.
And DC are going to their streaming service soon, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Which is only going to be available in America.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just have to watch it all illegally. That's fine. I can handle that.
They're just going to lose a massive chunk of their audience because...
It depends how many of the properties they shift to it.
Well, the channels...
Exclusively.
The channels that show them over here won't get them because it'll all be on the DC thing. And then certain American channels that won't allow to release over here until a year and a half after. So people over here are just going to be like, well...
Thanks for thinking of us.
I'm not paying for Netflix and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not going to wait for a year and a half. So,
could be a nail in the coffin of the TV stuff, couldn't it, really?
Yeah,
that would be a shame because it's the one thing they're doing right.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We'll see. Other TV stuff, seeing as we're talking about it. The first spin-off prequel type thing for Game of Thrones has been ordered by HBO.
Okay.
So that one is in, and it's going to be set thousands of years before the events of the current Game of Thrones. And covering the horrifying secrets of Westeros and history of the true origin of the White Walkers, the mysteries of the East, and the Starks of legend.
Cool.
So kind of looking. I've read over the last couple of days, kind of looking at history of Game of Thrones as it's told in the current series, and how it's actually different because history is always written by the victors and can be misinterpreted. So
interesting.
Yeah, and they do this thing. George R.R. Martin's doing this thing as well, where the story repeats and stands by prophecy. So
echoes and mirrors.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So as a consumer, it gives you an opportunity to see the history from the story, how it differs from what actually happened.
Cool.
You say cool, but you hate Game of Thrones.
Well, no, I don't hate it. It's just not my
hate's
thing.
A strong word. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, Game of Thrones, I watched the first 2 series, or the first series and a half. It's just not my cup of tea. I get why people like it. It's just not my thing. But I don't hate it. Unlike Suicide Squad and certain films and other TV shows that I find I hate.
Fair enough.
Game of Thrones is just a dislike.
Would you prefer a remake of Arachnophobia?
Not really.
Do you not like Arachnophobia?
It's a good film. It's all right. I don't know if it needs a remake.
I don't know if it needs a remake either, and I can see it going like horrifically kind of... I'm going to talk about something else at the end of in the trailers at the end that's doing exactly this. Just going a bit too Hollywood, going a bit too kind of... I can see the spiders being huge.
Well, they did that film, didn't they? Giant Ass Spiders or whatever it was called a little while ago, and it was ridiculous. And I kind of worry that if they do a remake, they'll go that direction where they're not just normal spiders, they're eight-legged spiders. That's it, yeah.
So, I'm hopeful that we'll get a decent kind of dark, gritty... Because if you go back and watch the original, it's a little bit, in places, it's a bit silly.
Oh, yeah,
A bit...
But for its time, that was...
comedic.
That was okay for its time, for what it was. Yeah. So if they can do a decent remake, but...
It was still freaky. I mean, at the time, I was quite a bad sufferer, I suppose, when it comes to arachnophobia. Spiders used to really freak me out when I was a kid. And I think that's my parents' fault, to be honest. That's exposure to your parents and, like...
their fears.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then I went travelling. And then I went to Malaysia, and I went to and went hiking in a rainforest.
That's where you meet real spiders,
massive spiders, like turning round during conversation and going, "Whoa!" There's one right in my face, like huge, size of a massive dinner plate.
Yeah,
and you get back to the UK, and everything looks tiny and pales into insignificance.
Yeah.
I think, well, I'm not scared anymore.
Good way of getting over arachnophobia.
Yeah,
Send
it worked.
people to a jungle.
I recommend it wholeheartedly. Go and buy a plane ticket, you spider-fearing weirdos. Anyway, the Arachnophobia remake is going to be produced by JamesOne. So he's sort of up there with horror movie type directors and stuff. He's not going to be directing it himself. There are no directors, actors, writers attached at the moment. But it has got some link. Oh, yeah. But Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment are linked to it as well. So
cool.
We'll see how it goes. That kind of screams special effects straight away, doesn't it? But
yeah, but then good special effects, hopefully.
You don't need many for a Spiders movie.
No. Most of it's about the atmosphere in the background. The spiders can be easily chucked in small practical effects and then bits of graphics when it's needed, can't they?
Other than the Queen in the original, I think all of the spiders were real.
Yeah.
Because they used a specific type of spider.
And a very specific camera angles and stuff.
Oh, it was a spider from New Zealand. The Avondale spider.
Nice.
Picked for their large size and harmless nature.
Oh. You don't want your actors getting bit and dying, do you?
No, true. James Bond. We mentioned that somewhere earlier on.
I think Lego
we did. Sets.
Yeah.
Would you like a James Bond Lego set?
Oh, interesting.
You're a bit of a Lego fan.
Depends what and how, yeah.
So, yeah, they're licensing, apparently.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm thinking Aston Martin.
Moonraker, Moonbuggy with Jaws.
Yeah. Something like that.
A submarine from whichever. different Bond with each set, so you have to buy all of the sets to get all the different James Bonds.
A Lotus Turbo Esprit.
Yeah,
that turns into a submarine.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool one.
It'll probably be car ranges, I reckon.
Yeah.
Or like particular traps, like him tied to a table or something, like any of the situations he's been in different ones.
Is it Moonraker that's got the big is it a moon base that they're in?
Yeah.
Is it Moonraker or is that a different one? Is it Dr. No? Can't remember.
Oh, I get confused.
Anyway, doesn't matter. It's
That's
happening.
Cool.
License to build, I think the kits are being called.
Nice.
Expect to see that range sort of being advertised quite soon, apparently.
Cool.
Gaming news. I think you mentioned earlier on about
there was
some stuff from E3.
Yeah, I haven't seen
which happened last week.
I haven't seen all the coverage. I've just seen bits, but I took some notes of things that I thought might be worth talking about.
Cool. I've got a bunch of trailers that I picked out.
Cool.
There's probably about 15 or 20 of them, so we won't go through them all.
No.
We can just name off some names and stuff. But
yeah.
what I'll do is I'll put a separate thing on our Facebook page. So I'll do the usual for our movie trailers, and I'll do a separate one for E3 trailers as well.
Awesome.
So I'll have two lots.
Yay.
Loads of stuff. You'll be able to spend like an hour on our Facebook page watching trailers. You lucky people.
Yeah. That's what I'd like to do at work, but I have to work
Slow
instead.
internet.
Yeah.
You're better off using the 4G on your phone, to be fair.
So yeah, the first one, obviously being comic booky, SpiderMan.
That looks amazing.
So good.
I like the reinterpretations of the characters.
Cool. They look like versions from previous computer games crossed with versions from all the different film versions that we've had over the years.
Right.
It's kind of mix and matching styles together, which I think looks great. Yeah, like that it looks like the actual successor to Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, which was the last good 2. Spider-Man game.
Can't remember it.
Oh, it's very good. It was when you're literally swinging around the city.
Okay.
You had Manhattan
kind of open
Island.
world.
Yeah. And then since then, there's been one other good Spider-Man game, but not of that style. It's not open world, so it's nice to see him going back to that.
I remember a 2D one on the PlayStation. No, I think it may have been the Mega Drive, actually. 2D one. Do you remember it?
The side-scrolling.
Yeah.
That was really
amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Looked like a comic book, in my memory.
Yeah. It's not as good as it looks in your memory. I looked at it a little while ago. I was thinking about buying it, and no.
Probably left best as a memory.
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
Unravel 2.
Unraveled. Oh, yes. I did see that, but I didn't watch the trailer, actually.
The trailer's really good. It shows... they had a gameplay trailer and a standard trailer. But, yeah, I'd never heard of the first one.
What is it?
It's basically this... from what I've seen in the trailer, you're a little woolen creature.
Right.
And you're attached to another creature. So one's red and one's blue, and they've got a thread of wool between them that's attached to each other. And you have to go around beautiful, beautiful background and foreground scenery, climbing and traversing the landscape to get away from things like a cat or a turkey or a human working together. But you can play it single player as well as 2-player. So it looks like quite a beautiful, nice, kid-friendly, like enjoyable sort of 2-player game.
Cool.
So yeah, that one looks interesting. Then there's my 2 favourites that I saw. Sucker Punch, who made Infamous. I don't know if you've played any of the Infamous, Chris.
No.
They're like open world sort of superhero without being superhero games.
Okay.
They're all right. They're nothing amazing. But the guys, Sucker Punch, who made those have been working on something called Ghost of, and I'm not sure how you pronounce this.
Ah, yes, the samurai game, yeah.
Tsushima, I think it's pronounced. It's the island between Korea and Japan. And apparently they sent people out there to record sounds, bird noises, bird songs, nature, specifically for the game.
Yeah. Looks like Red Dead Redemption with samurais.
Basically, yeah. But the thing is, what they've said is there'll be literally no HUD on your screen.
Right.
It'll literally just be you see what you're seeing, and when you're exploring the island, you have to use the stars and the sun to navigate around the island.
Ooh, cool.
There's no like waypoint to drop onto the map.
Right.
So
you can play Witcher like that, you know.
Oh, really?
Witcher 3, yeah, you can play it without all the stuff on the map on the screen.
Interesting.
Matt, that came on the show a little while ago, played it through the first time using all the maps and stuff.
Yeah,
and then played it through. He's playing it through a second time without it all.
Oh, okay.
Makes
Because
it a lot harder.
they're the guys making Cyberpunk, aren't they?
Cyberpunk 2077
looks
fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, we haven't seen gameplay yet, but the trailer looks amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people who are into the RPG game are moaning that it doesn't look dark enough. But then I played the RPG game, and my idea of it kind of fits what the visuals look like of the trailer. So I don't know.
It doesn't have to be dark.
I think it's all down to whoever's controlling the RPG game when you're playing it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, whoever's reading out the story is going to interpret it in their way.
A tech vibrant city wouldn't be a particularly dark place, in my opinion. But there you go.
Covered in lights.
Yep.
And then the last one I just mentioned, because I'm very excited, is Trover Saves the Universe. It's by Justin Roiland.
Okay.
And it's a 3D action platformer the trailer is all about a character telling you what the game is and how amazing it is, and then he electrocutes himself to death in the bath.
Okay.
And it's called Trover Saves the Universe. And yeah, Justin Roiland, you've got Morty's voice in there as the main character, because it's his voice. It looks ridiculous, and he's said that it will be a fun 3D action platformer, but it will also be fully playable in PSVR as well.
Cool. Okay, so, I completely missed that one. Didn't see that one at all.
It looks great.
Other trailers that I did get that I will be adding to our Facebook page: Beyond Good and Evil 2.
That looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Fallout 76. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is set in ancient Rome instead of...
Yeah.
Which is quite cool. I quite like the look of that.
Yeah, Brotherhood was set there, so
I'm
I kind of...
completely fed up with the franchise, though. So.
Yeah, same here.
Death Stranding, which is the one with...
Weird
what's his name? From Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I always want to call him Cletus for some reason.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either.
Last of Us 2.
Looks awesome.
Looks good. Kingdom Hearts 3, which is the Disney game.
Oh, yeah.
From Ubisoft.
Final Fantasy Disney.
That's right, yeah. Jump Force. Did you see trailer for that by any chance? Okay, so that is like a roster of iconic characters from anime. So, Goku, Luffy from One Piece, Naruto, that sort of thing. But it's a fighting game.
Awesome.
And it looks cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's on our Facebook page. You go and have a look at the trailer for that. And Super Smash Brothers Ultimate,
cool.
Super Mario Party, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and the remake of Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that one, it looks interesting, but it kind of looks as bad graphically as the more recent Resident Evils that I've played on PS4 that just don't seem like they're utilising the modern console technology well enough.
Yeah, true.
Like it kind of looks outdated, and it's the trailer.
Yeah, it's a Resident Evil game, isn't it? Yeah. I suppose
they just I don't know. It just doesn't ever seem to.
It looks good though. I mean, if you go back and look at actually what Resident Evil 2 looks like on the PlayStation 1, it looks like a bag of shit. But
but the latest trailer for that one, the remake, the graphics look like it's an HD remake of a PS3 game rather than it actually being a PS4 game. It doesn't quite look like solid enough.
It looks a lot like Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But well, that's really because it's got the same kind of camera angles. They're going with, instead of the third person up in the corner kind of cameras, they're going with
over the shoulder
jobby. So yeah, I like the look of that. I'm looking forward to having a go. I'd go back and play the remake of Resident Evil 1 actually, because that's kicking around. I can't remember if it's on PS4 though.
I think it's on PS3.
Is it?
Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's where I think I last saw someone playing it.
Cool. Right, we'll call that a snooze button because we need to crack on a little bit. So a couple of real quick things. Creed 2 has finished filming.
Cool.
Which I'm looking forward to. Did you see Creed 1?
Yeah, amazing film.
So this one's about Drago from Rocky 4. No.
Oh, okay.
Rocky 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Russian from Rocky 4. His son fighting our main dude.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Keeping it in the family.
Family rivalry, yeah. Which is quite cool. Terry Gilliam has lost the rights to the Don Quixote movie.
It's just mental.
Which is absolutely bizarre. So
just after having a stroke at Cannes.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I didn't know that. So we spoke about this before the show. So he won a court case to distribute the film, but just apparently for Cannes.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I thought he got control of it completely.
No, apparently not. And why would you make a film if you don't have the rights to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit daft. So he spent...
Maybe the people working for him hadn't done it properly and told him that he had the rights, so he just went ahead and did it without realising.
Really don't know, but
it's crazy.
Something like that doesn't take a decade, though, does it?
No.
So, he's been making this film for 10 years. He's been planning it for, 30?
30 odd, yeah.
So...
We started twice before, and
right.
It all fell apart.
Oh, yeah, there's a documentary about it, actually, isn't there?
Yeah.
But... the film that he's made and is finished and is fully edited and is ready to roll out
has been seen at Cannes by people, hasn't it?
Yeah, and got mixed reviews, to be honest. But it is a Terry Gilliam movie.
His films always do, don't they?
It's a bit sloppy, apparently. But the film technically belongs to this other party. So Alfama is the...
Branco.
That's the one, yeah. It's a bit of a bizarre situation. We'll see what happens with that. At some point, one of them will die.
Yeah,
and then just release the film. Anyway, Sicario 3, that's going to happen apparently. Apparently the second one's pretty good.
Haven't had a chance to see it. But...
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, that's cool. And then sequels that we don't need. The Shining's sequel.
What?
Yeah, The Shining. We spoke about this in the show a few months back. So The Shining 2, which was written by Steven Spielberg.
Oh, he wrote the film?
Steven Spielberg, Stephen King.
Yeah.
No, he wrote the book.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't realise he wrote a book. Oh, okay.
So it follows, is it Danny, the little kid from The Shining, as an adult.
With a little man in his finger.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And so there are other kids around that also shine, and he's communicating with one of them, and she's becoming quite a kind of a Christ-like figure.
Right.
But there are these like vampire-type people that go around feeding on people that have the shine.
So far more mental than the first book.
And just plain weird.
Yeah.
And almost unnecessary. So, yeah, we'll see. But to make it even more appealing, Ewan McGregor has been attached to star.
What? Okay. Right.
You don't sound appealed, Adam.
Surely the kid who was in the first one's old enough now to play himself as an adult.
Yeah, that's probably true. Very, very true.
Surely that would be a nice thing to just offer it to him first.
If he's not been completely freaked out by it.
Well, ended up in a home.
Yeah, absolutely. Does happen. Poltergeist, to name names.
Exorcist.
Yeah, true. And Crocodile Dundee.
Is it? Because they did the advert, didn't they, for that Australia travel?
Okay, so that aside, we are getting a Paul Hogan Crocodile Dundee movie. However, it's not really a Crocodile Dundee movie. It's called The Excellent Mr. Dundee. Paul Hogan's going to be playing himself, and he's going to be on the verge of getting a knighthood in recognition of all of his comedy work. And he's told not to do anything to mess it up. And then the next following 6 weeks are self-explanatory.
So him trying not to mess things up. Do you know what? Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
That sounds all right.
It almost sounds like Burn Hollywood Burn, like a sort of in-house joke about themselves.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's happening sooner than you think. So they're starting filming next month across Australia, Los Angeles and Vancouver.
Cool.
Right, some trailers.
Dun dun dun.
We'll whiz through them. There's a sci-fi horror movie called The Endless, which looks absolutely crazy bonkers. We seem to be having a little bit of a season of crazy bonkers horror movies, possibly coming from at the same sort of time as crazy weird bonkers computer games.
Yeah.
Think of stuff in the vein of The Babadook, Cargo, Hereditary, that
Cool.
sort of thing. Go and have a look at the trailer. You'll see what I mean. There's a prehistoric Dances with Wolves kind of Good Dinosaur type. I can't work out if it's a kids movie about a prehistoric guy. Did I say prehistoric? I did.
Yeah, you did.
Basically, mankind meets a dog.
Right, okay.
And, they what's the word?
Eat each other?
No.
Befriend each other?
It's like the first dog to be tamed kind of thing.
Okay.
What do you call that?
Taming?
No. You do it with horses. Why do we always do this at the end of the show?
Ride them?
Domesticate.
Oh, okay.
Yay, got it. Domesticating the first dog, basically. And learning to be its buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway, moving on. The Grinch.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? I
Why
quite
not?
like the look of it.
Yeah, I liked some of the other animated ones.
I do have a soft spot for Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I love Dr. Seuss.
The thing that bugs me about these films and the Cat in the Hat cartoon that's on the kids, on CBBS and stuff, is that they don't go for the rhyming. Like, they don't, they could quite easily, I'm sure, sit down and write a few rhymes and just really go for it.
Even the Jim Carrey Grinch had a lot more rhyming moments in what everyone was saying.
Right.
Even if you didn't notice it, there's a lot of moments where people rhyme a few lines and then talk normally.
There you go. Anyway, there's a trailer for that. Go and watch it on our Facebook page. The Nun. If you like a bit of horror. Do you like horror?
Depends.
Do you like The Conjuring?
No.
Okay, so you probably won't like that. Although the trailer's got a horrific jump scare in it. Go and have a look. The movie I was talking about earlier on with the spiders, there's an old movie from like the 50s called It Came from the Desert.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's just one giant spider, no?
If I remember rightly,
Pretty sure.
Yeah. We haven't got Paul here to ask.
Well, this is like a remake of Eight-Legged Freaks, but there's hundreds of them.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, go and have a look at the sort of horror movie you could make if you had 20 million to spare. It looks like pretty low budget.
Yeah.
But
sometimes low budget works.
yeah, absolutely. Dumbo, though, that hasn't got a low budget by the looks of it. It looks pretty beautiful.
I don't think so.
You don't think it looks
horrendous.
good? You think?
I don't think the graphics look very good. I think it's got that Tim Burton sheen over all the buildings, and half of the actors in the trailer, the kids especially, don't look like they can do their dialogue very well. I'm not looking
really
forward
not
to it.
Seen anything?
No, but there was a couple
Nobody's
of bits where they're
delivering any
talking.
lines.
Yeah, there's a bit of talking from the two kids in the trailer, and they're just not.
That doesn't
not
sound
very good.
Particularly fair to me. I don't think you can really judge from literally two lines of dialogue in a trailer.
I just don't think Tim Burton should be given Disney films anymore. I just think someone else should be doing Dumbo.
Well, it's quite a dark story.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I don't mind that they're doing it, and I don't mind that Tim Burton's on board. I'm waiting for him to redeem himself, basically.
Yeah, I just would prefer.
At some point, he's going to realise what he's doing.
I haven't properly seen Dumbo, the original. So
have you not?
No. So
oh, okay. Go and watch it.
Yeah, everyone says it's an amazing film.
I imagine it'll be less racist this
right,
this interpretation.
okay.
But yeah, I say racist. It's not really like characterizations of people aren't necessarily, in my opinion, particularly racist.
I'm lost. I haven't seen Dumbo.
Oh, it's about
so
the crows. People
yes.
say, the crows
yeah.
are racist because
Right,
they depict 1920s Deep South, oldie-worldy perspective type characters. See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I suppose
Unless,
it's
like
it's
I say, it's
difficult
being voiced by a white guy.
that's putting on an accent to sound like a 50s.
That may well be the case, and I may be uneducated myself, basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then a couple of quick things from Netflix. We've got Brain on Fire, which is a Chloe Grace Moretz movie. Who's the girl that played Hit Girl?
Yep.
And it's about her with a kind of a mystery virus.
Oh.
It's making her go a bit crazy. And Glow, if you liked Glow, Season 2 is on its way. There's a trailer out.
I watched one episode and just couldn't get into it.
I don't personally like it, but I know a lot of people that do. So
Yeah, everyone talks raves about it. I just never got on with it.
Absolutely. I've seen it appear on quite a few people's recommendations on Facebook and such like, but we watched half the season, but I've never been back to it.
Don't like wrestling.
I don't like wrestling.
Don't like glitter.
I didn't think the acting in it was particularly good, but
no.
There we are. Anyway, right, that'll do. Let's wrap this one up. So, if you'd like to catch anything that we do outside of the podcast, ladies and gents, please go and have a look at all the links on our Facebook page. You can find Adam's poetry and stuff. You can find my music, Ross's gamer handle, and stuff for anyone that we've had on the show or anything recently. I should have bits and bobs linked there, so please go and have a look at those. Adam, you're at the Isle of Wight Festival this week, I suppose, are you?
I am, yes. Yeah, I'm at the Isle of Wight Festival on the Saturday and Sunday at Speaker's Corner with lots of other local and national poets.
As well as Libsyn and Sticher?
Yes, they should be there, maybe supporting the main acts of each evening. So cool. I'm not sure what I can announce yet, but people should come and have a look.
Cool. Have you got a morning show again as well on the Sunday?
No, we haven't this year, unfortunately. No.
You say unfortunately.
Well, it's less
quite
work
difficult
for me.
to get people there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who wants to go to a poetry thing? Who wants to go to anything at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday?
On the Sunday of a festival.
Yeah, especially when they don't open the bloody
gates until 11.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. I've been in the same situation. I played on a stage at 11 o'clock in the morning.
No, and it's not the stage's...
like 5 people.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not the stage's fault. They're given their times, and unfortunately, they've got to try and fit everything in. It's down to down to the organisation of the festival gates and stuff, I suppose. So, yeah.
What a balmy world we're living in.
Maybe
next year. Anyway, anything else we need to put in? If you want to write into us, please do. snewsbutton@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook and all the usual places.
Yeah.
And that'll do it, won't it?
Yeah.
Thanks very much for listening, folks. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Bye-bye.